Is that cool?
All right, guys, we have about 12 or so minutes, 15 minutes. So
right.
take it away one at a time.
Take it away one at a time.
Take pictures. We never met a camera we didn't like.
Vice versa.
You guys have opened a lot of AEW shows. Tonight you closed it down. How did that feel? How was that different? What did it mean to you?
I mean, opening. They both have a special meaning. Opening it up is there's no replacement for that adrenaline. Opening up a huge show for AEW. And, on the same token, sending them home happy. That's what we do. We call it sending them home happy. Usually that's the job of the Bucks and Cody traditionally. Tonight it was our turn. We got catchphrases. We like to do sing-alongs. So it was our turn. And sending them home happy, seeing a good match, seeing, guys that are established, guys that are going to be the future of not only this company but the business, and the three guys that we wrestled. It's great, and that's the motive, sending them home happy, and I think we did just that.
Chris, can you walk us through the emotions of the day, the excitement building up to
Sure. So that first step, we had All In a year ago, and then we went to Double or Nothing, then Fighter Fest, Fight for the Fallen, All Out.
What a pro.
And now here we are. Yeah. Dynamite, first night, the first night, but not the last night of greatness. AEW is the future of this business. It's already changed the professional wrestling world. It already changed. It's different now than it was a year ago. And we know it. You saw the people out there? That's just the first full house of many full houses that are to come. And that feels great to me. 26 years in the business. I was fortunate enough to be a part of Ring of Honor when it started. I was fortunate enough to be a part of TNA when it started. Now I'm at the ground floor of something that has 100 times more excitement behind it than either of those companies did at that time. And I'm proud to be a part of it. I'm proud to stand with my two best friends. I'm proud to walk that aisle with the Bucks and Cody and Adam Page and Darby Allin and Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta and Orange Cassidy. Everybody in this roster has got something to prove. That we deserve to be on national television. So we're putting everybody on notice. We deserve to be on national television. We're going to be on national television. Dynamite is here to stay. First night, not the last night. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
As somebody who actually competed on WCW Monday Nitro at some point, what's it like returning to TNT?
It's awesome, dude. Listen, times have changed, but we're back. Like, it's all cyclical. We're in the rise. We're in the high point right now of professional wrestling. There's so many people that want to see professional wrestling, so many ways to see professional wrestling. And now, this is the most access that I've ever been a part of. Do you know what I mean? We're on a platform now that's bigger than any I've ever been a part of. And I can't be more thrilled. 26 years in the business, and I'm waking up like a kid every morning going, I'm going to be on TNT tonight. I'm walking the aisle with my best friends in front of 13,000 plus tonight. 14,000 plus. Going to do it again next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, until I pass away, which could be 6 months from now. It'll probably be 70 years, and I'll probably still be wrestling.
Awesome.
The AEW movement was birthed out of indie wrestling. There's a saying in the music industry that indie is the new major. As guys that were dominating on the indie field, what would you tell other young cats that are working their way up through the indies and they're watching this and they're seeing that indie can be the new major?
I would say not only was it birthed out of the indies, but it was also birthed out of the a hunger for a better pro wrestling product that the fans had. The fans, they'll never lie to you. They're always going to be honest, and they've voiced for years that they were not happy with what wrestling has been. And so that played a huge key, because we can say we want to do this all we want, but without the people there to support, it's just going to fall on deaf ears. Now, as far as guys on the indies go, the only thing I can say is just keep working, keep learning. I know it's going to sound super cliche, but this is a guy that spent pretty much all of his career on the indies. I got a few little shots here and there at the big time, and I was passed on several times. And you can't let it discourage you. You can't let it, you can't let it define you. And because I always say, 1,000 no's feel great when you get that one yes. So that's the only thing I can tell guys, just keep working, keep learning, never let yourself be satisfied, no matter how good or bad you are doing. Never let yourself be satisfied. Always strive for greatness. We are here at the highest level. The three of us, everyone on this roster, we are at the highest level. And we still have to deal with shit like that. Come on! We're here at the highest level, and none of us are satisfied with our performance tonight. Not that it was a bad performance, but we always want to do better. And that's the only thing I can tell people out there. Never be satisfied.
Frankie, in sports, covering that, we always ask the players, the coaches about watching game film, going back, critiquing your performance to get better, like Scorpio was just saying. Do you go back, watch the tape from tonight, still critique it? How do you improve?
You know, when I was coming up and starting, obviously, I mean, I did that ad nauseum, and you know, would immediately, as soon as I could get my hands on a videotape, not to date myself, but there were things called videotapes, and sometimes I couldn't watch my own match for weeks after it came out. When TNA started, and I was fortunate enough to be able to watch myself on pay-per-view every week, it's a great tool. It's a great tool. Oh, this is what I'm doing wrong. This is what I'm doing right. Me personally, now I'm at a stage in my career where if I were to watch any of my matches back, I will rip it apart almost in an unhealthy way, because we're all our own worst critics. We all want to be better than we are. I find that if we had a good match and these guys tell me they watched it and it was good, or the Young Bucks say they watched it and it was good, that's good enough for me. I try to, you know, I learned if I did something wrong, I did something right, I'll learn from it, I'll register, and I'll move on. You know, but I just want that moment to exist in that moment. And, you know, I don't personally need to go back and see. It's like I knew what I did right, I knew what I did wrong, based on the crowd reaction, based on how the match went. But that's a huge tool that any young guy, getting back to the question about guys coming up, is obviously watching yourselves and watching people that are better than you. The reason I got better is because I was fortunate enough to watch people that were better than me. When I got to TNA, I was fortunate enough to be in there with Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Jerry Lynn, who's a huge influence on me, guys like that, and that shot my game up huge. And a lot of guys now have that opportunity here, being on the national stage for the first time and getting to be in there with guys like Chris Jericho and Moxley and Christopher Daniels, and, you know, prove that they belong. And they do. Everybody is here because they belong.
Kevin Smith was here tonight. I know that you and Chris have experience in the comic book industry. Did you have a chance to talk to him? What did it mean for you guys to...
I got a chance to tell him that I was a big fan of his work, and I got a chance to also remind him that I had been on his show before, and he was very pleasant about it, very cool. And the fact that Kevin Smith took time out of his busy schedule to come and watch our show and enjoy it. And you saw, all of you, I'm sure, that watched the show, he was in the front row just as excited as everybody else. And that, to me, like someone like Kevin Smith, who's seen all forms of entertainment and has dealt with all forms of entertainment, for him to be entertained, again, it's just a sign that we're doing something right. You know what I mean? Someone who you could see that might be jaded by, you know, other forms of entertainment came and enjoyed himself tonight. Loved what he saw, I think.
And, you know, on that note, going back to, you know, indie stuff, like the whole View Askew pictures like that, it was very
Right,
much...
exactly.
Kevin Smith very much had an indie mentality. Like, he wasn't in the system when he was making films.
Correct.
He was very much out of the system, and now look what he became. He built up a brand the exact same way that we're doing with AEW. Just he's not falling down and doing it. He's rolling foot.
He seems way smarter than we are.
Really does.
Stuff
He really
hurts.
does. So yeah, it's, you know.
One more question, please.
Who
Make
didn't
it
get
good.
one?
Pressure's
Who didn't
on
get one?
you.
Who didn't get one?
Make it
You
good.
guys touched on several instances where you've been TV ready. Are you giving any advice out to the guys you're working with, like Jurassic Express, or just trying to get them ready for this level?
That's our job at this point. Like, I enjoy what I'm doing for myself, for my career, but I also realize that that's not why I was hired. It's part of it, but it's not the whole of it. Our job is to take our experiences from the places we've been and try to impart this knowledge to guys who've never had that opportunity to work live television in front of crowds like this before. So yeah, I'm 100% taking guys aside. If I can watch their matches and I see something, I'm going to go to them and say, this is what I think. And knowing that I don't know everything, but I do know what has worked for me. And the best that I can do is say, this didn't work for me. I tried it this way, try it this way in the future. And that's how these guys learn, is they try and they see what works and they build their repertoire like that. That's another point of the independent scene. Like, that's where you learn. That's where you learn to get over. And if you can get over in front of 50 people, maybe you can get over in front of 500 people. And if you can get over in front of 500 people, maybe you can get over in front of 5,000 people. But I mean, I didn't know until I started getting over in front of the small crowds, until that was when I realized, oh, okay, I can do this in front of a bigger crowd. More people want to see me. So these guys are getting that opportunity. Hopefully, they don't have to go through the same stuff that we did. Hopefully, now that they're here with us, we can sort of impart that wisdom, save them some of the time, try to get them to this level quicker than some of the drudgery we had to deal with. And if I can do that for any one guy, I feel like I've done my job. And hopefully I'm doing it for every one of them. I hope he's doing it for them. I hope Frankie's doing it for them. Because that's what we're here for. I'm not going to be able to do this for the rest of my life. I say so, but at some point, one bump is going to be my last bump. But I'm still going to be part of this company. I'm still going to be helping, trying to make this company as good as it can be, the best wrestling product on television, the best wrestling product in the world. That's what I want to make. That's what these guys want to make. And if part of it is me bumping, cool. But if part of it is me telling guys what worked for me and doesn't work for me and what might work for them, then great too. Great.
Thank you so much.
God bless you, brothers.
Thanks, boys.
Thank you, guys.